stool. Almost took Justin out in the second round. It looked like he had really tried to finish Justin, and then Justin started landing bombs in the third round. Ilya had slowed down quite a bit. Justin had him down with his two hands and just smashed a knee into his rib cage. You could see him go like that, and that was the end of the round. The end of the fourth round, Ilya quit on his stool. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. His nose was up. He'd taken so many punches to the face. That was the greatest.
Joe Rogan has officially broken his silence on Ilya Topuria's current medical state, and the details coming out are sending shockwaves through the MMA community. This massive development follows the pure, unadulterated violence that went down on the historic South Lawn of the White House at UFC Freedom 250, where Topuria suffered his very first professional defeat at the hands of a relentless Justin Gaethje. When Rogan drops a reality check of this magnitude, the entire combat sports world stops to listen.
1 minute between the rounds. If Ilya had to come out with that 1 minute when they were looking at him and he said he couldn't see, Justin might have stopped him right then. Ilya had a full minute to completely recover that he should have gotten. Inexperienced doctor.
They overruled doctor who may not have been as experienced in this.
Mark said it was an inexperienced doctor. You gotta let them fight.
Gotta let them fight.
If they want to fight.
Insiders close to the camp are signaling that Topuria's road to recovery is shaping up to be a brutal, long-term uphill climb. Let's be honest. The reason this narrative is completely hijacking the MMA airwaves isn't just because an undefeated champion finally fell. It's the sheer, devastating physical toll left behind. The post-fight imagery and hospital updates paint a grim picture of a warrior who sustained massive structural damage during the single toughest night of his professional career.
Never be the same fighter. He's undefeated. He got beaten badly. He pushed Justin Gaethje. He let his emotions get in the way a little bit. However, when you lose a fight like that, you know, you've been beaten. Like Prince Nazim Hamed. I mean, he was destroying everyone and he lost one fight. And he was never the same again, right?
Yeah.
Now you know you can be beaten. There's that doubt in there. Who knows? Maybe he comes back and he's a better version of himself. Yeah. But we don't know until that happens.
I think Ilya's going to come back better than ever. He's young still. He was going through some personal stuff. I think he's going to come back. I mean, Justin fucking humbled him for sure.
Yeah. I also think, though, like, he's human now. So anyone who fights him now, they're like, they know that's in him, that they know it's a possibility. And a big thing, even with you and like Ilya and these guys, before the losses, they were almost scared in there. Like there's this weird aura, like this scary aura, like he's going to everyone up. Now that it got exposed a little bit, I think he's not going to come back as.
While the fan base is busy analyzing the tactical errors, the real conversation has shifted to a much more critical issue: the long-term trauma to the body and what it means for Topuria's future longevity in the sport. That's where Joe Rogan's perspective changes everything. For years, Rogan has exposed the dark side of combat sports recovery, emphasizing that the most taxing battles a mixed martial artist faces are often the hidden ones fought far outside the spotlight of the octagon.
Fight is that you have been in wars. You've been in a bunch of wars.
Yeah.
And Ilya really had only had some rough moments against Jai Herbert. Yusuf Zalal gave him some problems, but it was nothing serious. The wars that you've been in, these just down and dirty brawls that you've been in, you're comfortable with the back and forth. You're comfortable with enduring. You know that you're not going to break. You know, if your body holds up, you're going to keep fighting and you can endure. I don't think he'd ever experienced that before.
Because here is the cold, hard truth. Losing a decision is one thing. Facing a scenario that requires corner interventions, severe orbital fractures, and a mandatory sidelining from active training for months on end is a completely different beast. Everyone is hyper-focused on Topuria's medical timeline right now because history is a brutal teacher. Some elite athletes return from a devastating loss entirely evolved, while others leave a piece of their prime inside that cage forever.
Broadcast Ilya like fainting when they were leaving or not?
Yeah, he was like resting on his brother's arms on the way out, like nearly collapsing into him quite badly. Dude, he's got a broken orbital. Broken cheekbone.
Is that confirmed?
I think that he's gonna.
You think Patty's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Easy. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say. Greatest night in the history of MMA by far.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's ever gonna top this until something does.
I don't think anything's ever going to top this, man. This was.
And when we think about Ilya Topuria, who was ubiquitously regarded with Islam Makhachev as 1 or 1A in terms of the pound-for-pound kings,
going to be fascinating to watch this mixed martial arts athlete rebuild, because that was a destructive loss for him and his legacy.
Yeah, and who knows what kind of damage he took, because we could be looking at broken orbital bones.
Orbital looks. The way he swole up.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor.
Right.
I know we like to play doctor at times. We sometimes be saying diagnosis. But his eye, the way it was so black and blue and closed.
Ilya loses to Justin. What did you think of the fight?
When I saw that, I couldn't believe, to be honest. And I was happy.
So what did you think about how it actually played out?
He felt so confident that, like, I'm going there and knock him out. He didn't even use his jab. He was just wanting to throw the right hand and knock him out right away. But like Justin, he's a dog, and like he has a good chin. Justin did a good job.
It seemed like the doctor was calling it off, but then they let it go. What did you think of that?
They should stop him on the third round because his eye was closed and he couldn't see. He wanted to fight, but like his brother said, no, that's enough.
Do you feel like he quit?
I mean, of course he did.
Superficial cuts close up. Facial swelling goes down. Even minor fractures fuse back together. But the ultimate wild card, the variable no doctor can clear, is whether that absolute psychological invincibility, the split-second timing, and the willingness to walk through fire will ever be the same when he returns. That's exactly why the question marks are piling up after a finish as definitive as this one.
Walking forward with their hands down on the opening bell, you're going to get walloped.
People saying that he reminds us of you and all that stuff.
No way, does he? He has the same tattoos. He says the same stuff.
Right in front of him. You sound shit. Right in front of you. Do something about it.
He does the same fucking movements. He was going to scream on the thing. I wish him well. He's all right. I like him. Maybe.
Justin Gaethje. Well in, lad. Undisputed champion. You deserve it after your career. But now I want that rematch. I am going to finish BSD and I want that rematch with Justin Gaethje for the undisputed title. I told you, didn't I? It was fate. Justin Gaethje, man, that's off to you. You deserve it for the fucking heavy career you've had. You absolutely deserve it, lad. Everyone gave me shit for getting beat by him. What now? What now, lad? Thought he was finished. Thought he was 38. Thought he was over the hill. And then he just beat you. Greatest fighter of all time, Ilya Topuria. You fucking gang of gobshite. I went 5 with him. I took every fucking shot that he threw at me and kept walking forward. This little bitch has just quit after 4 rounds. That's what this little bitch has just done. Look at him, sat on his stool. I kept fucking walking forward at Gaethje for 5.
For Topuria, the stakes have never been higher. Leading up to this historic White House event, he was marketed as the unkillable future of the sport, a hyper-dominant champion poised to lock down his throne for a generation. UFC Freedom 250 was supposed to be his definitive coronation into mainstream superstardom. Instead, it became the exact moment his entire career trajectory was turned completely upside down.
Gaethje can't win. Like, anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. Like in Ilya Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to... This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. Fight. He's always moving forward, trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forget it. Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. That guy loves battles. It's not like this tactical, take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. Way he fought, you're like, good Lord.
Did you feel he was broken after he didn't get that finish?
I never felt he was broken because he was so dangerous at the whole time. But in the third round, when I started landing those jabs, when he started finding his back foot, I knew something was different.
I mean, it was fight of the night, but, fight of the year, fight of the whatever. It's one of the greatest fights you'll ever see. It was incredible. And especially when you got a guy, I don't know where it ended up, but 6, 7, 8 to 1 underdog, and then comes in and does what he did tonight. And then Ilya, I mean, the body shots that Ilya hit Gaethje with in that round. And then Gaethje gets through it. Gaethje's about to get into, an armbar. He almost got into a triangle. I mean, just
What made Gaethje's championship performance so legendary wasn't just capturing the undisputed lightweight strap as a massive 6 to 1 underdog. It was the calculated, attritional warfare. He dragged Topuria into deep, uncomfortable waters, forcing him to expend maximum energy in a grueling dogfight. Gaethje took the steering wheel, turning a tactical chess match into a signature, bloody gut check. By the 4th round, the damage spoke for itself. Topuria will not rush back from this. The stakes are simply too astronomical, and Dana White will absolutely demand 100% medical clearance before booking him in another high-profile main event.
He quit? Of course he did. They should stop him on the third round because his eye was closed and he couldn't see. But he wanted to fight because he's a warrior, you know. But like round number 4, his brother said, no, that's enough. That's the right decision, you know, because when you have a one eye, it's so difficult to fight.
I was a little bit surprised. Also, I know that Gaethje is a hell of a fighter. If I were him, what else does he want to accomplish? He did it all.
What do you think is next for Ilya?
Ilya is an unbelievable fighter. It's sometimes just not your night. If he fights again, we will probably regain the title. He put too much energy, tried to finish Justin, and when he didn't get it,
I think that really screwed him up. He was expecting to go in there and do what he normally does, knock guys out.
Some of these small guys, they're delusional. They have false confidence because they're hiding behind a weight class.
Were you surprised that Topuria ended up losing?
Topuria, in my eyes, was the best UFC fighter right now, but Topuria makes the mistake of he trains a little too hard. I knew if Gaethje could withstand the storm, he had unorthodox things that he was doing. Gaethje would dip and then grab that uppercut and hit him with the uppercut because, I mean, he's been in those types of fights.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice. You know for a fact, you do not ever as a fighter say, I cannot see. He wanted out. Before this, he was the guy that you couldn't get through.
Do you think Ilya's going to try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one. His next challenge can't be me. He needs to fight Patty.
I wonder if he'll still have those celebration dinners the night before.
There's no way.
When you're thinking about competing, who do you think it will be?
This leaves the rest of the 155-pound landscape in a fascinating predicament. While Topuria focuses strictly on healing, the lightweight division isn't waiting around. It's moving forward at a breakneck pace. Gaethje's historic upset has completely cracked the title picture wide open. Fresh contenders are emerging, and massive championship matchups are being mapped out right now, all while Topuria's return date remains completely up in the air. This triggers the ultimate debate. Who does he face when he finally returns? Half the fan base is already demanding an immediate, high-stakes rematch to settle the score with Gaethje.
Athlete loses. GSP lost. I've lost. I've gotten knocked out. Only person who hasn't lost, actually, he has lost. John Jones has also lost. All the greats have lost, ladies and gentlemen. We've all lost, and that doesn't say that Ilia Topuria can't come back and be even greater. Ilia Topuria is 29 years old. He's made a ton of the money. But, you know, if you had Ilia Topuria versus Rufi, that would be a sick fight. You have Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan, that'll be a sick fight too. He's gonna have to deal with Arman Tsarukyan's athleticism, his wrestling, just his will to move around and just be dynamic as an athlete. Can Arman withstand Ilia Topuria's power if he get him out? Now, next time Ilia Topuria fights, if it isn't a title fight, it's gonna be 3 rounds. So Ilia Topuria has less rounds to work with. If it's a title fight, so he's got 5 rounds, it changes the strategy a little bit.
I want that rematch. I am going to finish BSD, and I want that rematch with Justin Gaethje for the undisputed title. I told you, didn't I? It was fate. Justin Gaethje, man, that's off to you. You deserve it for the fucking heavy career you've had. You absolutely deserve it, lad. Everyone gave me shit for getting beat by him. What now? What now, lad? Thought he was finished. Thought he was 38. Thought he was over the hill. And then he's just beat you. Greatest fighter of all time, Ilia Topuria, you fucking gang of gobshite. I went 5 with him. I took every fucking shot that he threw at me and kept walking forward. This little bitch has just quit after.
The other half thinks that's career suicide, arguing he needs a strategic tune-up fight to rebuild his confidence and find his rhythm before stepping back into deep water. There are valid points on both sides. But make no mistake, whenever that comeback walk happens, it will instantly become one of the most highly anticipated must-watch events in UFC history. This is no longer just about a fighter bouncing back from a loss. It's a story about human resilience. Can one of the biggest names in the sport rebuild himself from the ground up? Until he steps back under those bright lights, the speculation is only going to get louder.